easy and takes 3 minutes. We'll work with your attorney, and if you're approved, get you $500,000 to $100,000 in as little as 24 hours. Use it for bills, rent, whatever you need help with. So call now or go online to apply. Remember, there's no risk to you.
Better days.
Better days.
Better days start today.
Oasis Financial, because life moves faster than your case.
Call now. Once approved, get your money in as little as 24 hours. 1-800-745-9991.
These days, news seems to come from all directions, and it can be overwhelming. Simplify your intake by watching news from where you live. WJFW NBC Newswatch 12. We deliver critical local and national news, sports highlights, and weather updates. Watch us daily on Channel 12. Visit us at WJFW.com or like us on Facebook. We are NBC Newswatch 12.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Live from Rhinelander, this is Newswatch 12 Today, the Northwood's best news. News from where you live starts now.
Good morning, and thanks for starting your day with us today. I'm Michael Lotholtz, and a happy Monday morning for folks just tuning in one day after the Super Bowl. Devin Biggs joining us now in the Weather Center. And Devin, how are we looking weather-wise this morning?
Yeah, a little cold outside, which might make it harder for people to get up after the Super Bowl. For those that did watch, there's always that age-old debate, should the day after the Super Bowl be a holiday? And that's always the age-old debate. We'll let you decide that for yourself. But for now, in Eagle River this morning, I picked out this camera because it looks like they are doing some work on the Derby track this morning. So staying busy rather over in parts of Eagle River, even bright or dark as early, I should say, in the morning at the moment. Well, otherwise, we are seeing some clouds in a few areas, although it's rather clear in others too, and that is allowing temperatures to fall as well. It wasn't too cool earlier this morning, but now it is at around 1 degree in Rhinelander, 6 degrees in Eagle River area. Further off towards the west, temperatures have reached below 0 this morning as well. A little bit of a breeze out there this morning at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and that is making it feel a little bit colder outside, with Rhinelander reporting 10 below for the feels like temperature. And again, winds about 5 miles per hour, a few spots reaching up to 10 miles per hour. Nothing too crazy, but just enough to make it feel colder. Out the door forecast for today, not looking too bad. Partly cloudy, a little breeze out there with high temperatures reaching for the mid-teens. Michael?
Thank you, Devin. And if you've ever visited the Statue of Liberty, you probably don't remember her looking quite like this. Far from home in New York, this inflatable replica of Lady Liberty is part of a winter carnival celebration at the University of Wisconsin's Madison campus. People have been heading out onto the frozen Lake Mendota for an up-close look and maybe even a picture as well. This annual tradition started as a prank back in 1979, with the original replica of Lady Liberty's head, arm, and torch being made out of styrofoam. The current inflatable recreation has been a fixture at the Winter Carnival since 2019. And the Marinette County Sheriff's Office announced a major drug bust was made in the town of Wasaki on January 27th. Suspects Preston Bennett and Dominique Grayson, both from Chicago, were taken into custody on various drug-related charges. It all began during a routine traffic stop when a sheriff's deputy could smell marijuana and proceeded to conduct a search of the vehicle. The K-9 unit was called to the scene, and deputies proceeded to find a large package containing several other small packages which contained various drugs, including cocaine, crack, cocaine, methamphetamine, fentanyl, ecstasy pills, marijuana, heroin, and prescription drugs. The search resulted in the seizure of 129.82 grams of illegal drugs. And with the price of eggs soaring, some may be tempted to raise chickens to supply their own eggs at home. However, that's easier said than done. Wisconsin resident Jennifer Limbach started raising chickens 6 years ago so she could locally source her own eggs. And while she says there are many benefits like healthier eggs, the endeavor comes with a lot of responsibility and still a high price tag.
I do enjoy coming back home, though, and telling my husband just how much eggs are costing and how much each dozen eggs that we get from our girls is worth. When we crack open our yolks, that they're a nice bright orange, and that makes us really happy. It makes us happy knowing that our girls are really well taken care of. But I can't say that we're saving money by having chickens and feeding them ourselves.
The Wisconsin Farmers Union says that a chicken coop can run several hundreds of dollars, and there's also additional costs like feeding the chickens and purchasing warming equipment. It also takes 5 to 6 months before chicks can even lay eggs. Experts say an alternative to raising your own chickens could be to buy eggs from a local farmer. And President Trump is back in Washington after attending the Super Bowl, the first sitting president to do so. And before the game, the president teased new tariff announcements and criticized judges who are blocking key parts of his agenda, while defending billionaire Elon Musk's actions in cutting government agencies. NBC's Alice Barr has more from Washington.
President Trump returning to Washington overnight after becoming the first sitting president to attend a Super Bowl, making news before he stepped in the stadium with a new tariff announcement on imported steel and aluminum.
Any steel coming into the United States is going to have a 25% tariff.
And promising more tariffs are coming on countries that tax American exports. The growing list poised to potentially drive up costs for American consumers. While in a taped Super Bowl pre-show interview, the president defended Elon Musk's cost-cutting moves to slash federal agencies.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it.
Indicating the Departments of Education and Defense are next in the crosshairs and pushing back against judges who have temporarily blocked some of Musk's Department of Government Efficiency actions and access.
Well, I disagree with it 100%. I think it's crazy, and we have to solve the efficiency problem.
As Vice President J.D. Vance wrote, judges aren't allowed to control the executive's legitimate power, all adding to Democrats' alarm about the separation of powers.
We are at a point where we are basically on the cusp of a constitutional crisis, seeing this administration taking steps that are so clearly illegal.
With Democrats unwilling to co-sign the Trump administration's moves, a bipartisan government funding bill is in peril, building toward a potential government shutdown next month. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And coming up in international news, find out how investors across the globe are managing their gold with changes in the market. Plus, we'll share the details from a deadly bus crash in Mexico. We'll take you around the world when we come back.
You need auto parts? Don't waste time. Rock Auto has all you need on one screen. Compare brands, see customer favorites, ask a friend for advice. Online shopping done right.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
It's one of our biggest sales of the whole year. Get this stylish sofa for just $295. Wow. Get up to 60% off list prices during our huge President's Sale at Slumberland. Relax with this reclining sofa for just $495. Gather round this 7-piece dining set, just $499. The sleek sofa for just $548. You'll get the best deals, like this comfy recliner for just $344. And free shipping. The huge President's Sale at Slumberland. Absolutely the best time to buy.
As head of criminal appeals, Susan Crawford had one job: keep a convicted rapist behind bars. Yet Crawford didn't bother filing the appeal in time, letting the rapist walk free. The victim, already scarred beyond measure, called Crawford's negligence utterly disgusting. Traumatized by Crawford's disregard for justice, her criminal coddling record is an injustice to us all.
9 million acres of forest, 1,700 miles of continuous shoreline, 4,300 lakes, 12,000 miles of streams, more than 300 waterfalls, 15 counties, 2 time zones, and 1 area code. Welcome to the Upper Peninsula. Welcome to 906 Outdoors. For your connection to the UP, watch 906 Outdoors Saturday mornings at 7:30.
Create family memories with exciting games, challenging puzzles, and unique toys for all ages from Imaginuity, the specialty toy store in Minocqua and downtown Rhinelander. Helping minds grow through creative play. Imaginuity.
Alrighty, welcome back. We made it to the Monday after the Super Bowl. I'm sure some of you are rather tired this morning, so let's wake you up with your forecast. And they're doing a little bit of work over at the Derby track this morning, so a little busy over there. Our camera over at the school district over in Eagle River this morning showing us that activity. Meanwhile, we've had some clouds on and off overnight. Some of that starting to clear out of here now. Those clouds acted as a blanket for most of us, but now with them clearing up, whatever warm air we had, or relatively warm air, has pretty much escaped. So now that means temperatures are falling rather quickly, and we'll have some more clouds developing later on today, which will reveal a partly cloudy sky overall. We're seeing a little bit of that off to the west, but otherwise we're rather quiet as we start things off this morning. So under a partly cloudy sky later on today, we'll have more clouds moving in from the west and going toward the east. There might be a tiny bit of snow across our southern counties overnight, maybe a tiny bit off to the north as well. But once we head towards early Tuesday morning, the clouds break up, and that will mean temperatures falling like a rock. Now, as we head towards Tuesday itself, another partly cloudy sky will be expected. More of those clouds move in Tuesday night and the parts of Wednesday morning. So again, the snow for tonight, nothing really impressive at all. This might even be overdoing it just a little bit. Roughly, give or take, around a half-inch or less across our southern counties. Hardly anything to the north, and that's about it. You want to see any higher totals? You have to go to the UP for that, where some spots you'll see around 2 to 4 inches of snow. Basically, as we head towards roughly later on tonight into parts of early Wednesday afternoon as well. But in the meantime, we do have colder waves of temperatures on the way too, and in fact that starts later on tonight. We'll have a wave passing through and then multiple waves throughout the week, so temperatures will begin rather cold coming up over the next several days and even into parts of Sunday as well. But for now, it is a chilly start. We do have 1 degree above zero in the Rhinelander area, 4 below in Mosinee, and temperatures are slightly below zero farther off towards the west, so you get the general idea. Definitely one of the colder starts this morning. You factor in the wind and it feels a little bit colder to your bare skin at around 10 below in Rhinelander, 6 below in Antigo, 16 below for the feels like temperature in Mosinee, and some more feels like temperatures rather cooler further off towards the west. Now, there's not a lot of wind this morning. The wind right now is at around 5, maybe 10 miles per hour, give or take, but we will see the winds picking up a little bit later on today, and they could gust up to give or take around 20 miles per hour today. For a while this evening, maybe up to 20 to 25 miles per hour, but backing off overnight. Then once we head towards the Tuesday, a very light gust, and that's about it. Now, we do have colder wind chills on the way later on tonight as well. How does 25 to possibly getting close to 30 below sound? That is possible as we head towards Tuesday morning, so bundling up will be a necessity. But for now, middle teens today, partly cloudy and breezy, and that west wind at about 20 miles per hour. By tonight, here we go, 14 below actual air temperature. Partly cloudy, a few flurries cannot be ruled out. Some in our southern counties, maybe a few spots to the north could see some too, and that west wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. North winds, furniture, and mattress, 7-day forecast. Partly cloudy Tuesday. Wind chills, again, can reach around 15 to 25 below at times with a high near 7 degrees. A lot of cold nights on the way coming up too. A little bit of snow Wednesday. We're dry Thursday, and again for Valentine's Day. And then Saturday, a little bit more snow on the way, and a little bit of lake effect also possible Sunday. Michael?
Thank you, Devin. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has returned home after spending nearly a week in Washington, D.C. During his trip, he met with President Donald Trump. The president proposed that the United States take control of Gaza and redevelop the land into what Mr. Trump called a Middle Eastern Riviera. But the president's idea would displace about 2 million Palestinians. Netanyahu met with his cabinet on Sunday, and he told members that he supports the president's idea and said it would ensure Israel's security for generations to come. But a number of countries in Europe and in the Middle East do not support this plan. And there's a reason it's called gold. Many investors consider the precious metal to be the gold standard against uncertainty, and that's causing a rush on gold bars in the United Kingdom. Even though gold is traded in a worldwide market, its price can vary on different exchanges. Right now, it's trading at a premium on the U.S. commodity exchange known as COMEX. At the same time, its value has been falling on London's exchange. So, gold owners in the UK are rushing to get their bars and ship them to the United States, where they can sell them at a premium. Owners with gold at the Bank of England are facing waits of several weeks just to get it out. The bank holds the second largest stock of gold in the world, behind the New York Federal Reserve. And as for why gold is trading higher in the U.S., multiple factors can impact its value. Many analysts believe fear of gold becoming even pricier due to President Donald Trump's tariff plans are having a big impact. And 41 people were killed when a bus collided with a truck in Mexico this past weekend. Authorities say 48 people were on board the bus, and according to local authorities, the bus collided with a truck, resulting in the deaths of 38 passengers and 2 of the drivers, as well as the driver of the truck. The bus caught fire after the crash, and now a charred metal frame is all that's left of it. People who live nearby say that the crash happened at around 2 Saturday morning when they heard an explosion. They rushed to the scene, but say that there wasn't much they could do because of the flames. Authorities are working to determine what caused this crash. And coming up in medical news, see how drinking alcohol with these conditions could lead to increased liver damage risks. Plus, you'll want to keep an eye peeled for those baked goods as listeria concerns grow in the nation. Your health news when we return.
Save big money during the Race to Savings sale at Menards. It's easy to create your dream kitchen with Clearview Cabinetry. Menards offers a great selection of finish options. Right now, get a $50 rebate for every $500 spent on Clearview cabinet boxes. Make sure to stock up on Brew Pub's Lots of Mozza Pizza. They're loaded with premium toppings and award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Right now, pick them up for just $5.99 each.
Save big money at Menards.
At the Aging and Disability Resource Center of Vilas County, we prioritize your needs. Whether you are seeking assistance with aging, disability resources, or applying for benefits, our center is dedicated to providing personalized support and guidance. We strive to connect individuals and families with the services they need while fostering a welcoming environment where everyone can find a sense of belonging and support. Visit us online or call today to take the first step towards making a positive difference in your life.
I started to see Dr. Drager in September. Back pain, nerve pain, right leg would go numb, foot would go numb. We did some x-rays. He determined that I had some pinched nerves. He could fix it without surgery through a series of impulse and laser treatment.
The reason the lasers work is they go to the root of the problem. They go deep into the tissue to heal the nerves, to help repair them and bring blood supply back to the area.
The nerve pain went away, the tingling went away in my feet. Felt great.
There's a lot of talk about lasers now, but not all lasers are created equally. You need to have the high intense laser to have the true effect.
Buble is ruthless.
I used my block. I used it the right way. I used my block. I got you on my team today. And you're learning how to rap.
And not very well.
The Voice, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
The world's worst serial killers broke free. The longer they're out there, the more dangerous they're going to become.
The Hunting Party, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
And good morning and welcome back. You might want to listen in if you plan on drinking alcohol anytime soon. A new government study says that alcohol can seriously harm your liver if you have belly fat, diabetes, or high blood pressure. The study looked at the cases of nearly 41,000 people. Researchers found that drinking alcohol more than doubles the risk of serious liver damage if you have a large belly or diabetes. Drinking nearly doubles the risk for those with high blood pressure. And moreover, many doctors say drinking damages liver cells trying to metabolize alcohol and can lead to additional fat buildup. For more information about the study, you can check out the journal at the Clinical Gastroenterology and Hepatology. We have a recall to pass along about a popular vegetable. A company based in River Falls, Wisconsin is recalling its 5-ounce packages of alfalfa sprouts because it may be contaminated with listeria. The company is Jack and the Green Sprouts. The alfalfa sprouts had an expiration date of January 29th, and so far no one has become sick. The alfalfa sprouts were sold in Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin in some grocery stores and to local co-ops. Health officials say that if consumers have the product, they should throw it away. Listeria can cause serious and sometimes deadly infections in young children, the elderly, and people with weakened immune systems. And millions of baked goods are being pulled out of the shelves over listeria concerns, the Food and the Drug Administration is stepping up its recall of 60 baked products. That includes a variety of donuts, cinnamon sticks, crullers, and fritters manufactured by the pastry wholesaler FGF Brands. And while the recall was initially issued on January 7th, it was upgraded to Class 2 this last Wednesday. A company based in River Falls, Wisconsin, is also having those recalls, according to the report. And there are many things to be on the lookout for when buying a home, and one can never be too careful with checking for all the things that you can see and those things that you cannot see. Jillian Brooks has a look at an Alabama family who experienced the effects of living in a shockingly unsafe home.
Kendall and Stephen Early purchased their home in Hoover in 2022.
This is like our ideal neighborhood. We love our neighbors. We loved the house until we figured out it was making us sick.
Their daughter, who was younger than 2 at the time, developed a cough within the first month. Shortly after, Stephen developed adult asthma. Then Kendall started showing stroke-like symptoms, but nothing was explaining why.
So I got to the point where I was like, feeling drunk in the house and bumping into walls and having trouble walking. I was being tested for, I started having seizures. I was being tested for epilepsy and MS. But it never, when that was happening, mold was still not on our mind.
The Earlys say the home had no musty-like smell that mold typically puts off, and there was no mold visible. But after seeing a TikTok of a woman who had similar health issues, decided to test for mold that came back 500 times above normal.
It's in the walls, it's in the decking of the roof, it's in the subfloor, it's in our crawl space, it's in the HVAC. It's pretty much hidden everywhere that it could be hidden.
The Earlys left the house immediately. Mold is not covered by insurance, and paying to have the house cleaned or restored is close to 6 figures. Everything inside the home, a total loss.
Yeah, the 6 figures is just to get the house back livable, and then we have to replace everything in it. Clothes, furniture.
Kendall says no one should have to live through this nightmare.
You're having unexplained symptoms, chronic illness. If there is no obvious explanation for you being sick or someone in your family being sick, please test your home for mold because you won't always see it.
And coming up next, find out how golfers took to the ice to enjoy a frosty round with the pals. We'll have all of your wintertime sporting details on the back 9 of these commercials. Stay with us.
Cut! I get it. Slow motion. Slow down geographic atrophy. But we don't need gimmicks.
Stick to the facts. GA, the advanced form of dry AMD, can irreversibly damage your vision.
But Syfovre is an FDA-approved eye injection that gives you the power to slow GA.
Syfovre was proven to slow GA lesion growth over 2 years with increasing effect over time. It's the only treatment to slow GA in as few as 6 doses per year.
Don't take Syfovre if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye that may include pain and redness or are allergic to it. Syfovre can cause severe allergic reactions. Other serious side effects are eye infection and retinal detachments, severe inflammation of vessels in the retina, which may result in severe vision loss, wet AMD, eye inflammation, and an increase in eye pressure. Most common side effects are eye discomfort, wet AMD, small specks floating in vision, and blood in the white of the eye. Tell your doctor right away if you have any side effects.
Act on facts to slow GA. Ask your retina specialist about Syfovre.
Nope, just the facts.
How many times have you searched the same thing? What to make for dinner, kid-friendly meals, easy party food. Stop searching and look no further than the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with new recipes every day on Newswatch 12 Today and Newswatch 12 at 6. The Test Kitchen has you covered for every meal, snack, and craving. Now, how many ways can you say,
ooh, it's so good?
Mr. Food Test Kitchen, brought to you by Golden Carrot Jewelers.
Hey, how we looking?
I don't know, man. I
think it's still frozen.
Can't wait to get on the water? Then get to the biggest and best boat show. Only at American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. We have more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else. We will beat any competing price by $500 and get up to $1,000 in gift cards on select purchases. Don't be left out in the cold all year. Get your new boat at the upcoming American Marine Boat Show.
Hi, I'm Brian from Creative Granite. When I need the forecast from Minocqua, I go to WJFW.com for my hometown forecast.
Your hometown weather available 24/7 at WJFW.com.
And welcome back. Here we are again, Devin.
Yeah, we're on the desk after hopefully a relaxing weekend for you.
Yeah, no, it was a good weekend. But over in Minnesota, golfing and hockey came together on Saturday as thousands of golfers hit Lake Minnetonka to shoot a 9-hole course with their hockey sticks.
Hopefully they had some colored golf balls too. But anyway, folks braved the elements this past weekend and were able to even grab a bowl of chili in the process along with their golf clubs.
Joe Van Ryn has a closer look from on the ice.
We are well underway with the, was that a Chili Open? The vibe has been great. Probably 2,200 golfers out here. We've got 11 people that are serving chili inside with a contest for all the chili that the golfers can eat. An opportunity for people to come together, meet new people, volunteers coming and getting to know us and each other, and just have something fun to do in the dead of winter.
Cheers! Today's the Chili Open, 40th almost annual. Perfect day for it. The sun's starting to peek out. I love it. This is Minnesota at its best. 80s theme, 1984 to be exact. And if you can't go all in on a theme like this, you just don't have any business being on the lake.
It's a pretty consistent event for us. Since the late 80s, we've been coming annually. Today is much better than a couple of years ago when it was Arctic.
Some have been really cold, right? Some have been frigid.
Always fun.
Always fun. Golfing on the ice, we're going to make the best of it. We're going to golf all year round.
Someday somebody's gonna make you want to turn around and say goodbye. People that are coming from out of town or from southern climates, I mean, they get out there and they just, I mean, it's like an out-of-body experience. They just can't even figure out how is this possible. So it's fun. It's unique.
It's a great time to get out and enjoy the weather. If you can't get out of it, get into it.
Right.
1, 2, 3,
There you go. It looks like a great time they had out there.
It does. And you know, it's always fun to see how the Northwoods just transformed from the warmer months to the colder months. And then you got the people from down south that just can't grasp walking literally on water or ice in a situation.
Yeah, no, it's an exciting time. I know we, in the Northwoods, we also have a few of those golf tournaments on the ice. So I'm curious to see when those are going to be kicking off this year. Yeah. You know, I'm always tempted to do it. And, you know, if it's got, you know, the tennis balls and what have you, I just got to figure out what golf clubs to use for that.
Yeah, or
I don't know
hockey sticks maybe, and tennis balls, as
hockey
we saw
sticks
in that
wouldn't be a
story.
bad one. Maybe I got some old ones lying around. I think I do in the garage or something. Because you don't want to use your nice clubs, I'd imagine, because some of those can be pretty pricey, and you don't want to be hitting those on the ice.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, yeah, just picturing that, just not great.
No, I've had a few friends of mine, I let them borrow clubs occasionally. They somehow end up breaking the heads off of the clubs. It's happened 3 times to me. I don't even know how that happens.
Maybe because they're just digging into the soil. I'm bad with this too. You try to hit the ball and go like this, and during the process, I hope I didn't just rip my suit jacket, but in the process, sometimes the ball just digs into the soil and it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, Devin, it's certainly an interesting time. I don't know, the golfing can be tricky, but it's also a lot of fun.
It can be, and I know driving range is a good way to kind of loosen up too before you hit that 9 or 18 holes, or the old practice putting green and all that.
Oh yeah, you should always be spending more time on the range than you should be on any course.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, because I know for me, I have a bad slice, so whenever I hit it, like to go left or right, or when I overcorrect, it goes into the trees. I'm like, so much for that.
Oh boy, Devin. Well, hopefully this year you'll have better luck. Maybe Golf on the ice will be more your speed there.
Well, you know, they just had a fishery on Boom Lake over the weekend. Maybe they need to have a golf tournament now, like kind of what they did here.
Exactly right, Devin. But hopefully we got good weather for anyone looking to get out there.
Yes, with that 3-day forecast we have for you. Partly cloudy today, temperatures in the mid-teens. Partly cloudy again Tuesday, a little bit colder with a high near 7 and 14 degrees Wednesday with a chance for snow. A little more coming up after the break.
Ugh, I need new wipers. RockAuto.com. That was easy. That was fast.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Create some Valentine's Day magic with a sparkly gift from Wickersham Jewelry. Spoil her with diamonds for any budget with sleek silver jewelry, including our classic diamond gift set, now available for $199. Or give a gift that gives back with our Star of Hope collection, benefiting the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And for a Valentine's Day she'll never forget, shop special pricing on select engagement rings only at Wickersham Jewelry.
As a combat wounded veteran, I know how hard it is to come home and build a meaningful life. When I was in Iraq, our vehicle was hit. A rocket-propelled grenade exploded right under my seat. Traumatic brain injury, a fractured pelvis, severe burns. They didn't think I was going to make it. I had to learn to walk again and live with the scars, both visible and invisible.
DAV helps veterans like LaToya get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
With DAV on my side, I was able to pursue my dreams. If my story can touch a heart, it can change a life. My victory is overcoming my wounds so I can help other veterans.
LaToya Lucas, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
The best way to start your day is with a cup of coffee from Eagle River Roasters. Newswatch 12 Today wants to get that coffee to you through the Mugshot Monday contest. Enter online and watch Monday mornings to see if you're the lucky winner. Live from Rhinelander, this is Newswatch 12 Today, the Northwood's best news. News from where you live starts now.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us today. I'm Michael Lodholtz, and many fish rely on clear, flowing streams to spawn. But with the increase of sediment in local waterways, it's causing issues for their habitat. Our very own Christopher Bouchon has more on who's helping the fish find a home.
The Burke Center out of Northland College focuses on water scientific research of the Great Lake region and beyond. Their latest focus is Fish Creek near Lake Superior that is having issues with too much sediment.
Humans have had a huge impact in the amount of that sediment that gets into the lake around here, primarily from past land use activities like the cutover. So
Matt Hudson, the Associate Director of Great Lakes at the Burke Center of Northland College, said here in the Northwoods when the first settlers arrived, many trees that were supporting river banks were cut down, leading to more erosion.
And it turns out that in that roughly 20-year period where the cutover was happening and the amount of sediment that was deposited by Fish Creek in those 20 years was about the same that would have happened over 2,000 years naturally.
The most concerning part about the sediment is the fact that it covers the fish habitat and the food they eat.
And it also has impacts out into Lake Superior as well for, boaters and recreational users of the lake don't really want to be boating around in chocolate milk. They want the crystal clear water that's more typical of what you see in Lake Superior.
To solve this problem, they are using oak trees to create fish beds.
So they're going to provide a lot of that stability to the stream to keep the sediment out. And then it creates a lot of pool areas and areas where the fish like to congregate.
Hudson said the project is 2/3 of the way complete, and hopefully we'll see increases in the fish population soon. Reporting for Newswatch 12, Christopher Bouchon.
And taking a turn over to the weather this morning, we have Devin Biggs out on the weather deck. Devin, how are we looking at weather-wise to start our week off here?
Yeah, a little cold outside this morning, which is perfect for keeping the snow around for the snowmobilers and all the other winter activities we get to enjoy as well. But overall, not too bad this morning. If you want a wake-up call, just step outside. This cold weather will wake you up in a hurry, or to stick your face into snow, too. That will wake you up, too. But anyway, let's get into things this morning. And again, over in Eagle River, I'm sticking to this camera for now, but it's kind of cool to see them working on a snowmobile track over in Eagle River this morning, so they're busy over there, but otherwise not looking too busy this morning outside of that. But for now, the clouds have broken up, so that is allowing temperatures to cool off. Clouds act as a blanket, which helps keep temperatures up, but now that it's backed off, and it feels a little bit colder too. Our flags moving out here, American flags, so definitely feels a little bit colder now with that wind, which right now we're at 1 degree for the air temperature, 2 degrees in Phillips, 6 below in the Mosinee area this morning. And then when you factor in the wind, it feels like 10 below in Rhinelander, feels like 21 below in Mosinee. Marshfield feels like 11 below this morning. And that's just with a wind that's simply at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So not very strong, but at this point, it takes a little of this wind to make it feel a lot colder. But otherwise, your hourly forecast moving forward for today showing middle teens on the way under a partly cloudy sky and becoming a little breezy later today as well. Michael?
Thank you, Devin. In Camp 10 ski area between Tomahawk and Rhinelander, after a bit of a delayed start, is excited to announce the start of their winter season. Camp 10 is a family-friendly ski destination conveniently located between Rhinelander and Tomahawk. And recently, there have been some big updates that will help the slopes to be more sustainable during uncooperative weather.
After last winter, which was terrible, only open 3 days, we obtained an SBA disaster loan, which enabled us to bring in quite a large power expansion.
That power expansion will allow them to run twice as many snowmaking machines, making double the amount of snow in the same amount of time and offering more versatility as to when they can run those machines. The hope is that they will no longer be dependent on the right weather conditions.
Our hopes for this year is, number one, we have everybody having a good time in what's left of the season, and we start to build up a little bit of momentum for next year.
Due to last year's short season and bad weather, season passes purchased last year have been extended into this year's ski season. The Hills successfully opened at 9:30 a.m. on Saturday morning this past weekend. And Valentine's Day is this week, which means that couples will be looking across the internet for that perfect gift for their significant other. Newswatch 12's Wyatt Williams has more on speaking with the Better Business Bureau about how you can avoid being scammed.
Valentine's Day is an important day for many, with love in the air and gifts to show how much you care. Unfortunately, scammers find ways to use those feelings against your better judgment, taking your money and breaking your heart. The National Retail Federation is expecting a whopping $26 billion in consumer spending this Cupid's Day. Scammers are looking to find a way to take some of that big number and put it in their pockets.
The concern with imposter websites is that, what we see are consumers making purchases, going online and shopping, and really not knowing who they're dealing with. So they oftentimes will run into fake online shopping websites.
Scammers are getting good at their craft as well at this point, making websites and online ads that look like a real company.
Scammers can easily lift official photos. They can take sales promotions. They can take logos directly from legitimate websites, brands, that type of thing, professional graphics, and put really super low, unbeatable prices on there.
Just make sure you're looking for any of the signs that may show it's a scam.
A red flag is if the seller requests the customers pay with maybe a cash app or cryptocurrency, a gift card, or some untraceable method. You always want to use a credit card when purchasing something, especially online.
The BBB says to follow the rule of if something seems too good to be true, it likely is. Reporting in Rhinelander, Wyatt Williams, Newswatch 12.
And coming up, we have some news you can use, including a look at the latest government agency that Elon Musk and his Doge department have their sights set on. Plus, We'll share the latest recall of Toyota vehicles that should help people keep their vehicles in tip-top shape. Those stories and more consumer news after this.
Hiring school bus route drivers in the Northland Pines District. Mornings and afternoons, flexible schedule, competitive pay. Call or stop in today.
Get this stylish sofa for just $295. Get up to 60% off list during our huge President's Sale at Slumberland. Gather around this 7-piece dining set, just $499. You'll get the best deals. The huge President's Sale at Slumberland.
Are your floors looking worn and outdated? Stop by Eagle Floor Covering in Eagle River for all your flooring needs.
View our large selection of carpet, hardwood, laminate, vinyl, tile, and area rugs. We have an experienced staff, competitive pricing, and free estimates.
Locally owned and operated for over 3 decades. Come in and let our friendly, knowledgeable staff help you select the right floor for your lifestyle and budget.
Eagle Floor Covering on Twilight Lane off Highway 70 West across from Eagle River Cabinets.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
T-Mobile keeps you connected on America's largest and fastest 5G network. Right now, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/keep-and-switch.
Keep 13 grand in your pocket when you buy your next truck. Check this out. This 2024 High Country is 85 grand. This used 2024 is 72. Buy the used and keep the 13 grand. If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Come out to Len's Truck today. We have hundreds of high-quality used trucks, all priced to move.
Len's Truck. Len's Truck. We got the trucks at Len's Truck.
The huge President's Sale at Slumberland. Get a Sealy Queen for just $399. Shop America's favorite sleep brands with a 365-night sleep guarantee. Up to 60% off right now during the President's Sale at Slumberland.
Yes!
Builder Service. We are your hometown hardware store. Plumbing, electrical, paint, automotive, keys, tools, lawn and garden. We're more than just a lumberyard. Highway 45 in Elko.
Alrighty, welcome back. We've made it to Monday morning, the Monday after the Super Bowl as well, so you're probably feeling a little bit tired if you stayed up to watch the game last night. For now, we can see that they're working on a snowmobile track over in Eagle River this morning. Looks like they're plowing some of the sidewalks as well as everyone gets ready for school this morning. But meanwhile, here's what we got. The clouds have been clearing out of here overnight. We had a little bit lingering, which allowed temperatures to stay warm for a bit, or relatively warmer, I should say. But for now, we are going to be watching for temperatures that will be falling a bit thanks to the clouds breaking up. Otherwise, looking quiet in our backyard this morning. We have a little bit of energy over in parts of South Dakota that could give a few areas in our viewing area, for example, a chance for a little bit of snow. But for now, again, the clouds are breaking up, but we'll have more moving in later on today. So by the afternoon, increasing clouds will be common. Overall today, we will be under a partly cloudy sky. But there's that little chance for snow across our southern counties overnight. Maybe a little bit of energy to the north as well, but overall a slight chance for snow between our southern counties and areas off to the north. Some lake effect taking place in the UP as well. Now as we head towards Tuesday, again partly cloudy overall with more clouds moving in as we head towards Tuesday night and the parts of Wednesday morning, snow staying to the south across parts of southern Wisconsin and in other states. So again, overnight tonight, not a lot of snow. This might even be overdoing it just a little bit with around a half inch or less of snow, and a little bit more further off towards the north especially, and parts of the UP, especially parts of the UP that could see in some areas around 1 to 3, possibly up to 4 inches in a few areas between now and as we head towards Wednesday morning. Of course, lesser totals farther down toward the south, if any. We'll have waves of cold air moving in this week as we have many nights with low temperatures that will fall well below zero, then one brief warm stretch as we head towards around Friday or so. So by around the end of the week, we'll warm up briefly before more colder air moves in as we head towards your Sunday. So for now, we have around 1 degree for the temperature in the Rhinelander area, 4 below now in the Mosinee area, Wausau at 8 degrees, and 7 degrees in Stevens Point this morning, 2 degrees over in the Phillips area. Factor in the wind, which is at around 5 miles per hour or so. Some spots getting close to 10 miles per hour, and it feels like 10 below in Rhinelander and in the Antigo area. Mosinee feeling like 18 below to your bare skin and feeling like 10 below in the Bedford area as well. The winds again 5 to 10 miles per hour, so that's all it takes for it to feel a lot colder this morning. So that's why it's definitely important to bundle up as needed. As I stepped outside this morning, definitely a bite to the air there. Some gusty winds reaching up to around 20 to 25 miles per hour later today. Early evening as well, some gusty winds, but overnight the winds will be calming down and hardly a gust as we head towards tomorrow, so no issue with the wind at all there. But wind chill values will be rather lower overnight tonight at parts of tomorrow morning, possibly getting down to 25 to 30 below at times, so bundling up will be necessary in that time frame as well. So overall for today, 15 degrees above zero today, partly cloudy and breezy, and that west wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, we have 14 below. That will feel cold, 14 below, partly cloudy, a few flurries, and that west wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Northwoods Furniture and Mattress 7-day forecast. So we're dry today, we're dry tomorrow. A little bit of snow on the way for snow on the way for Wednesday, not Valentine's Day, with highs around 14 degrees on Wednesday. Thursday and Valentine's Day, we are dry. A little bit of snow on the way Saturday and Sunday, but notice this week we have many nights with low temperatures well below zero, except for Friday night with 10 above for the low. Michael?
Thank you, Devin. And the U.S. government's headquarters for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is closing down this week. Bureau employees were abruptly informed on Sunday afternoon that the watchdog agency's Washington, D.C. headquarters will not be open for the week. Workers and contractors were instructed to work remotely. No reason was stated for the sudden closure, but the move comes days after Elon Musk tweeted out, quote, CFPB, RIP, end quote, with a tombstone emoji. The Bureau did not respond to a CNN request for comment. And Korean Air is now sitting at the top of a new ratings poll. AirlineRatings.com has released its annual roundup of the best airlines around the world. It named Korean Air as the airline of the year for 2025, beating out last year's winner, Qatar Airlines. The website said that Korean Air has a commitment to passenger comfort, prioritizes the needs of economy travelers. The airline was also a part of the largest consolidation in Asian history. When it comes to pricing, AirAsia topped the list of the best 20 low-cost airlines for 2025, beating out Jetstar and Air Baltic. And Toyota has issued safety recalls for more than 140,000 vehicles. The first recall applies to 2024 to 2025 Toyota Tacomas. Toyota officials say that the rear brake hoses can be damaged over time and increase the risk of a crash. The other recall is for 2025 Toyota Camrys and the Lexus NX and some Lexus RX models. Officials say that those cars may have damaged seatbelts that may not meet certain strength requirements. Toyota and Lexus dealers will make repairs to the recalled cars free of charge. To see if your car applies to this recall, you can visit Toyota's website or the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration website and enter your car's VIN number.
The language is the nucleus of our culture, and it's our identity, okay? So through these games, we help our young people to obtain their identity.
Coming up at 6, we'll share the sporting details from the Ojibwe Winter Games that took place last week in Lac du Flambeau.
Don't miss the Northwoods Blizzard Blast at the Conover Community Park Saturday, February 15th. It's a flurry of winter fun for everyone. Sleigh rides, recliner races, kids carnival, ice bowling, giant ski races, and more. The Northwoods Blizzard Blast, February 15th.
Attention homeowners. Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Is the bank threatening to take your home? Is your home worth less than you owe? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need to call this number right now. It won't cost you anything to find out if we can help you. We are the Mortgage Defense Line, and we can help you save your home. Don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-970-8640. That's 1-800-970-8640.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
As head of criminal appeals, Susan Crawford had one job: keep a convicted rapist behind bars. Yet Crawford didn't bother filing the appeal in time, letting the rapist walk free. The victim, already scarred beyond measure, called Crawford's negligence utterly disgusting. Traumatized by Crawford's disregard for justice, her criminal coddling record is an injustice to us all.
Hey, how we looking? I don't know, man. I think it's still frozen.
Can't wait to get on the water? Then get to the biggest and best boat show. Only at American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. We have more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else. We will beat any competing price by $500 and get up to $1,000 in gift cards on select purchases. Don't be left out in the cold all year. Get your new boat at the upcoming American Marine Boat Show.
If you're a contractor or do-it-yourselfer, make Argonne Lumber your first stop. High-quality materials, personalized service, expert staff, and delivery are just some of the things Argonne Lumber is known for. Stop in and smell the lumber at Argonne Lumber, 2 locations in Argonne and Rhinelander.
It has all come down to this. After one of the most exciting seasons in NFL history, the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs meet once again for the title. When these two franchises last met in the big game, it was Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs coming away with the 38-35 win in Super Bowl 57. Now Jalen Hurts and company look to get their payback in New Orleans. So let's see who would be crowned as Super Bowl champions. We begin things in the first quarter. First and goal at the 1-yard line, and you know what's coming. It's the brotherly shove as Jalen Hurts keeps it and will power his way into the end zone for the score, and the Eagles lead 7-0 early. Now to the second quarter. KC down by 10, and Mahomes is going to roll out and fire one across his body, and that's going to be picked off by Cooper DeJean, and the rookie will show the return skills as he takes it all the way to the end zone for the pick six, and Philly is rolling. Now to the third, and the Eagles looking to put this one away. Hurts will drop back to pass and fire one deep to Devontae Smith, and he hauls it in for the score. Eagles roll in this one as they win their second Super Bowl in franchise history, taking down the Chiefs 40-22. The Milwaukee Bucks were back at Pfizer Forum this Sunday afternoon, taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. It has been a struggle as of late for the Bucks as they have lost 5 of their last 6 outings. They would once again be without their superstar, Giannis Antetokounmpo. So let's see if Milwaukee could take down Philly to get back into the win column. In the first quarter, and the Bucks with the ball, Brook Lopez hands it off to Damian Lillard on the screen and roll, and Lillard gets it back to Lopez. He puts up the 3, and it's off the mark, but the ball is tapped back to Lillard, and he isn't going to miss this one as he buries the open 3. Now to the second, and the Bucks have it on the inbounds. Lopez gets it guarded by Embiid, and he drives right at the big man and gets the tough floater to drop for the Bucks. On to the fourth quarter now, and Milwaukee trying to put this one away. Lillard is going to drive into the lane and kick it over to an open Gary Trent Jr., who nails another 3 for the Bucks. Milwaukee goes on to win this one by a final score of 135-127. It was another successful weekend for the Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball team as they were able to go on the road and take down Iowa on Saturday. The Badgers took care of Iowa, beating the Hawkeyes 74-63 in Iowa City to secure the regular season sweep against their conference rivals. Wisconsin senior John Tonje scored 22 points to go along with 6 rebounds and 4 assists to help lift the Badgers to the win over Iowa. Sophomore John Blackwell continues to show growth as he pitched in with a 19-point, 6-rebound, and 2-assist performance. The Badgers now get a nice week-long break before they get ready to head out to West Lafayette for a matchup with Big Ten leading Purdue. Now let's see what the Big Ten standings are looking like. Purdue leads the way in first at 11-2 and is followed by Michigan State and Michigan tied for second at 10-2. Next, Wisconsin and UCLA are tied for fourth place at 9-4, followed by Maryland in sixth at 8-5. Illinois is in seventh at 8-6, followed by Nebraska and Ohio State tied for eighth at 6-7. USC is in 10th at 5-7, and Indiana, Oregon, and Rutgers are tied for 11th at 5-8. Iowa is in 14th at 4-8. Northwestern and Minnesota are tied for 15th at 4-9. Washington is in 17th at 3-9, and Penn State is in 18th at 3-10. After a red-hot start in Big East Conference play, the Marquette Gold Eagles have since cooled down a bit and have now lost 3 straight conference matchups, with their most recent defeat being to Creighton. The game in general was not a terrible performance for Coach Smart and company, but when it came down to it, they just couldn't apply enough pressure to Creighton. The Blue Jays shot the ball around 40% from beyond the arc and around 53% overall from the field. Cam Jones had another solid performance, scoring 27 points, but in the end it wasn't enough, and Marquette dropped their 3rd straight, and they're going to have a chance to get back into the win column Tuesday night when they host DePaul. Let's now take a look at how the Big East Conference is shaking up. In first place is St. John's at 12-1. Next is Creighton in second at 11-2, and Marquette in third at 9-4. UConn is in fourth place at 8-4, followed by Villanova in fifth at 7-6. Next, there is a 2-way tie for sixth between Georgetown and Xavier at 6-7. In eighth place is Providence at 5-8. Butler in ninth at 4-9. But DePaul is in 10th at 2-11, and rounding out the conference is Seton Hall in 11th at 1-12. We'll have more for you right after the break.
Create family memories with exciting games, challenging puzzles, and unique toys for all ages from Imaginuity, the specialty toy store in Minocqua and downtown Rhinelander. Helping minds grow through creative play. Imaginuity.
Introducing Allison's Black Psoriasis. She thinks her flaky gray patches are all people see.
Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat plaque psoriasis. Over here! Otezla can help you get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking. Doctors have been prescribing Otezla for over a decade. Otezla is also approved to treat psoriatic arthritis. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
With clear skin, Girls' Day Out is a good day out. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla.
It's showtime. Your chance to see the Ford Bronco family of SUVs firsthand at the auto show and get exclusive auto show offers. From Bronco with goes over any type of terrain, GOAT modes, to the free-spirited Bronco Sport. They're here. Head to your Ford dealer for a big deal on the built wild Bronco that catches your eye. It's showtime. Choose FlexBuy on Bronco or Bronco Sport with 3.9% APR for 66 months, plus $2,000 auto show FlexBuy cash. See your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
For the most up-to-the-minute information on school closings, visit WJFW.com on your computer, tablet, or your phone. WJFW School Closings is sponsored by People's State Bank, Builders Service Incorporated, and Sweetwater Spirits and Resort.
Alrighty, welcome back. 2 separate avalanches were reported in Utah on Saturday. According to a Summit County Sheriff's deputy, an avalanche was triggered at about 10,000 feet elevation at Salt Lake County's Big Cottonwood Canyon. It's unclear yet if it was a natural or human-triggered slide, but the 150-foot wide avalanche traveled 700 feet, catching and carrying 2 people along the way. One was unfortunately killed, while the other was able to escape with significant leg injuries. And less than a half hour later, the Summit County Sheriff's Office search and rescue team responded to reports of an avalanche in the Dutch Draw area. And authorities said 3 skiers were directly involved. 1 was buried and the other 2 were able to ski out of the slide. And according to the Summit County Sheriff's Office, all 3 skiers were safely escorted off the mountain and did not require on-site medical treatment. And Utah Avalanche Center officials determined that the slide was caused by human activity at 9,700 feet elevation, and Saturday's fatality marked the 4th avalanche death in Utah this season. A lot of information to take in right there, but yeah, avalanche is becoming a problem. We're hitting that time of the year where you're getting plenty of snow and some of it can get unstable.
Yeah, it is. It's dangerous anytime you get these large amount of snow, sort of systems, and especially in the mountains where things are very steep. And, there's a lot of activity going on. I remember, living overseas, you'd always hear like Munich, southern Bavaria, you'd hear about the avalanche warnings all the time in the spring, constantly in the Alps. So it's no shock that Utah has got them as well.
Yeah, fortunately, our ski hills here in Wisconsin and the UP does not have to worry about that. So fortunately, that's one thing they don't have to worry about there.
Yeah, but another thing, I was just watching some avalanche videos over the weekend as well, and it's a scary thing, but you just got to be kind of aware of your surroundings. That's one of the things on the hill. You're always looking for other skiers going past you or snowboarders, so you really want to be looking around, be aware of your surroundings. And same thing with avalanches as well.
Yeah.
And one of the concerns is, one that I have is sometimes skiers wear helmets but they have like built-in Bluetooth speakers in the ears. And I just worry about, it kind of blocks your hearing when you're on the hill. You can't hear anything. And if there's an avalanche going on behind you, and you're listening to, Fleetwood Mac, you're not going to be hearing that.
Some favorite song or something.
Exactly.
And it's like, you should be paying attention in case something did happen. But avalanche or no avalanche, anytime you're doing any kind of outdoor activities, it's always good to be watchful of your surroundings, because something can always happen at a moment's notice, and you got to be ready to respond to that at a moment's notice.
It is, but thankfully, we always have good EMS services, and you're always in good health. I know when I took a tumble on the hill, I was happy that the people at the chalet were taking care of me. They had me all fixed up and ready to drive home after.
Was that your hip issue?
It was. No broken bones, no torn anything. It was just a nasty bruise.
And it took forever to heal, right?
It did. Well, when you bruise your hip, it's not like. It's not like a quick, it'll be gone, in a week or two. It took like months to heal. It took like 6-7 months to finally go away.
So basically over half a year.
It did. It took a long time. But, that's just how, the body is.
We were just making fun of you because you were like, oh, you're an old man or something like that.
I felt like it. Well, I mean, I had a cane for like a couple days. I mean, I came to work the next day. Even with the cane, I did not move around much. I was sitting at the desk, and we had some pretty stationary shows there.
I can believe it, especially when it's hard to move.
Oh, but either way, Devin, hopefully, we finally got some snow over the weekend.
Yes,
it looks like winter. People are opening up,
Feels
all
like
their
winter,
stuff.
snowmobile trails, finally. I think I can speak on behalf of a lot of people. They're finally opening up, and I'm sure everyone's finally able to enjoy it. I heard and saw snowmobiles over the weekend. That's a sound I had not heard in a long time, so it's nice to hear it. I know many bars and grills and other places along the trails definitely making up for lost time, you could say.
Absolutely, Devin. Well, let's take a look at that weather forecast and see what we're looking at this week.
Yes, partly cloudy today and tomorrow. Temperatures in the single digits and teens, and 14 degrees Wednesday with a chance for snow. A little more coming up after the break.
Our family has been making a splash since 1989 as Northern Wisconsin's backyard headquarters for hot tubs, saunas, fire pits, and outdoor patio furniture. As the next generation, we're here to provide you with the same quality of service you have come to know. With technology and spas ever changing, we continue to learn to better serve you. We invite you to visit our showroom in Woodruff, Wisconsin to see our large selection of product. Or feel free to give us a call or visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen.
What if you could whiten your teeth by simply brushing your teeth? Now you can with Smile Actives, the teeth whitening breakthrough that safely gets your teeth white and keeps them white every day just by brushing your teeth.
I never thought that whitening my teeth could be so easy. I just put the gel on the brush, the toothpaste on it, brush, and I can see my white teeth.
Simply add Smile Actives to any toothpaste, and our patented PolyClean technology activates into a powerful microfoam that penetrates into the enamel surface to safely lift and remove stains.
You need a simple way to whiten your teeth.
without strips, without trays, without going to the dentist. And it was about time that a product was developed that you would be able to do that with just brushing.
And now, Smile Actives is even better with new Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power, clinically shown to whiten teeth faster, up to 8 shades. 100% of users saw whiter teeth on food stains, coffee and wine stains, even on veneers, crowns, and dentures.
I eat the blueberries, I drink the coffee, and I know that Smile Actives will keep my teeth white every day.
If you could use something so easy like Smile Actives to take yellow teeth to white teeth, why wouldn't you?
Why spend hundreds of dollars for whitening treatments at the dentist when now you can whiten your teeth with new Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel every time you brush your teeth? Call or go to smileactives.com and for a limited time get new Pro Whitening Gel for just $24.95. Order in the next 5 minutes and buy one, get one absolutely free for just $24.95. That's 2 for 1 and save 58%. We'll even include free shipping. Get your teeth whiter guaranteed or return it within 60 days for your money back.
I smile every day now.
The difference is literally night and day.
So now I'm always smiling, always choosing, because now my teeth are much whiter.
This offer is not available in stores, so call or click now before the special buy one, get one free offer goes away.
Hiring school bus route drivers in the Northland Pines District. Mornings and afternoons, flexible schedule, competitive pay. Call or stop in today.
Live from Rhinelander, this is Newswatch 12 Today, the Northwoods' best news. News from where you live starts now.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us today. I'm Michael Lodeholtz, and the 14th annual Ojibwe Winter Games took place this last week at Lac du Flambeau Grade School, giving students the opportunity to participate in a variety of traditional winter sports. Our very own Carrie Bladorn has their story.
The Ojibwe Winter Games were founded in 2012 by Wayne Vallier, an Ojibwe language and cultural instructor. Vallier is well known for his deep passion for sharing the traditions and culture of the Anishinaabe people with younger generations, emphasizing the importance of learning the Anishinaabe language.
The language is the nucleus of our culture, and it's our identity, okay? So through these games, we help our young people to obtain their identity.
5th through 8th grade students participated in 6 events rooted in Ojibwe culture. Some of the contests included archery, hoop and spear, snowshoe races, and snow snake. Tribal President John Johnson stopped by to see his grandson take part in the games.
For our Indigenous kids here and all the youth that attend our school, it is games for them. You know, it is competition, and the better they get at it each and every year as they're growing up, it's teaching them a lot of values about their culture and their people and where it came from hundreds of years ago.
Vallier sees the teaching of his culture as a duty to the elders that taught him, elders that protected the culture through a time in the not-too-distant past when they weren't allowed to practice Ojibwe traditions.
Our elders, the ones that held the knowledge, became very apprehensive on letting it go. So gaining their trust was a big one. And then them sharing that with me. And then in turn, I made a promise that I would share it. I would share it with the next generation.
The Ojibwe Winter Games give students an opportunity to have some fun and connect with their culture. Reporting in Lac du Flambeau, I'm Carrie Bladorn, Newswatch 12.
Thank you, Carrie. And winter games. I mean, it finally does look like a winter wonderland around here. Devin Biggs, he's out in it with Buck Zero this morning. How are the two of you doing?
Yeah, not doing too bad this morning. Definitely one of the colder starts this morning. Our American flag is waving out here. We do have a little bit of a wind. Factor that in with our current air temperature. It does feel a bit colder outside this morning. Let's check things out. It's still hanging with the Eagle River camera for the moment. As we can see, they are working on the derby track this morning. They were plowing some of the sidewalks as well at the school district, so many people getting ready to get things started on this Monday morning. A new week is here. Some of you are probably a little bit tired after the Super Bowl yesterday. But for now, we've had some clouds recently. A lot of that has broken up, so it is allowing temperatures, to fall rather sharply this morning. But for now, temperatures have now hit 0 in Rhinelander and also in Phillips, 3 degrees in Tomahawk, 2 below in Mosinee now, and definitely colder weather in a few spots as well. But for now, factor in the wind. We have one in Rhinelander, and it feels like 13 below, and there's definitely a bite to the air. It feels like 11 below in Eagle River, and it feels like 10 below in the Anago area. All thanks to a wind that's only at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So with how cold it is, doesn't take much for it to feel colder outside. Your forecast for today, temperatures will warm above zero. How does middle teens sound with a partly cloudy sky, a little bit breezy outside as well? Michael?
And Ecuador is set for a runoff vote. According to preliminary results, Ecuador's center-right president, Daniel Noboa, may fall short of securing an outright majority in the country's general election. The second-round vote against his nearest rival, Luisa Gonzalez, is provisionally scheduled for April. Elsewhere in the world, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has returned home after spending nearly a week in Washington, D.C. President Trump proposed the United States take control of Gaza and redevelop the land into what Mr. Trump called a Middle Eastern Riviera. Netanyahu told cabinet members that he supports the president's idea and said it could ensure Israel's security for generations to come. And there's a reason it's called gold. Many investors consider the precious metal to be the gold standard against uncertainty, and that's causing a rush on gold bars in the United Kingdom. So gold owners in the UK are now going to get their bars and ship them to the United States, where they can sell them at a premium. And 41 people were killed when a bus collided with a truck in Mexico this past weekend. Authorities say that 48 people were on that bus. According to local authorities, the bus collided with a truck, resulting in the deaths of 38 of those bus passengers and 2 of the drivers, as well as a driver of the truck. The bus caught fire after the crash and is now a charred metal frame. So that's all left. Snow and cold have returned, and it is bringing along various winter sports with it, such as ice fishing, snowmobiling, and ice golfing. Boom Lake over the weekend was filled with more than 300 people competing in the Lions Club Fishery. Here's Newswatch 12's Ethan Krinke on the ice.
Here in Boom Lake, people are out in droves trying to catch the biggest fish for the cash prizes.
The fishery did not happen last year because of bad weather, but it makes a return today with families and kids competing to catch the biggest northern pike, crappie, walleye, perch, and bass. Admission for anyone to participate was $20, and the biggest cash prizes was $600. Besides the prizes, the fishery remains a great excuse for families to come out and ice fish.
We do see a lot of families out here this time of the year for this fishing event. They kind of look forward to it each year, to come out as a family fishing event. Once you get out on the ice, you'll see that with the families that are out there.
Want to hold it? No,
It's common for families to bring out their grills and hang out for a whole day, like this family who rides on the ice at 6 a.m.
So far, it's going great. We've been having a lot of fun, playing in the snow, rolling in the snow, a lot of that, but catching some fish.
Kids under 11 got to participate for free. Every time they caught a fish, they would be put into a drawing for hourly prizes. All kids under 11 got put into a massive drawing at the end. All money paid to participate will go back into the community in the form of more events and vision help. For the competition itself, northern is the most popular fish being caught.
And there's been some really nice northern. I think the longest northern that came in already this morning was 36 inches, and there's several in the 30-inch range. So there's fish out there in Boom Lake, so come on down next year if you can.
Reporting at Boom Lake for Newswatch 12, I'm Ethan Krinke.
And up next to Newswatch 12 today, the annual Jerry Shoe Jump in Pickerel took place on Saturday, drawing people to Pickerel Lake for one of its biggest events of the year. Newswatch 12's Carrie Bladorn has the story after this commercial break.
Right now at Verlo, you'll save $900 on our most popular mattress during our President's Day sale. Plus, save 30 to 50% off our adjustable bases. American-made, locally crafted. Verlo.
My feet hurt so bad in the morning, I couldn't even put my feet on the floor. So I had to start engineering my own arch support. So I got that, then I put this in there, this one. Finally, before I added another one of these in, I went to Good Feet, and they gave me this. So I built all this together to engineer a solution to my pain. And if I'd have just gone to Good Feet, I'd have been better off in the first place.
Good Feet arch supports, engineered for pain relief, personally fitted for you.
You were diagnosed with thyroid eye disease a long time ago. And year after year, you weathered the storm and just lived with the damage that was left behind. But even after all this time, your thyroid eye disease could still change. Restoration is still possible. Learn how you could give your eyes a fresh start at TEDhelp.com.
Hey, how we looking?
I don't know, man. I think it's still frozen.
Can't wait to get on the water? Then get to the biggest and best boat show. Only at American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. We have more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else. We will beat any competing price by $500 and get up to $1,000 in gift cards on select purchases. Don't be left out in the cold all year. Get your new boat at the upcoming American Marine Boat Show.
The Diocese of La Crosse televised Mass, Sundays at 6:30 a.m. on this station. Please join Bishop Callahan and the priests and faithful of the diocese Sunday mornings at 6:30 a.m.
Alrighty, welcome back. We made it to Monday morning after the Super Bowl. They're working on the Derby track over in Eagle River this morning. Otherwise, they were clearing the sidewalks over at the school district as well as another week gets started here across the Northwoods. For now, we had clouds that passed through, which held temperatures up for a bit. We saw some clouds further off towards the north, but for those that have cleared out, temperatures are falling outside this morning. There are some clouds off toward the west across South Dakota. A little bit of snow trying to get going too. This little wave of energy will try to get going later on tonight and give us a little bit, and I stress a little bit, of snow in our southern counties. So overall, a partly cloudy sky today. We have more clouds moving in this afternoon into the evening time frame, and there's that little bit of snow that will be passing through later on tonight and parts of Tuesday morning, and maybe a tiny bit across the Northwoods as well. Most of that will stay in parts of the UP. Will be partly cloudy throughout the day Tuesday. More clouds moving Tuesday night, and the parts of Wednesday morning. Notice some snow farther down to the south as well. So again, hardly any snow. Some spots could see up to a ½ inch or less across our southern counties, and that's about it. This is kind of on the higher end, though. Some of you may miss out on this entirely, so nothing to get too excited about at all, and maybe a tiny bit further off towards the north, and especially in parts of the UP where lake effect snow will help out a little bit, where another 1 to 3, possibly up to 4 inches of snow could fall in a few areas across parts of the UP. And we have waves of colder air that will be passing throughout the week. Some earlier in the week, maybe a brief warm up as we head towards your Friday. And then by the weekend, things start to get cold yet again. So these colder temperatures are here to stay, and that will be beneficial for the snowfall and, of course, the ice on the lakes as well. 0 degrees right now in the Rhinelander area. Same with Phillips. We're at 6 degrees in Wausau, 2 below in the Mosinee area, 7 degrees in Stevens Point this morning. We do have a wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, making it feel like 13 below in Rhinelander, 10 below in Antigo, 17 below in Mosinee, and it feels like 12 below in the Marshfield area as well. And again, there's that wind right there, only at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, so it does not take much for it to feel colder outside with the way the temperatures are and the winds are combined as well. And we could see some gusty winds up to 20, maybe 25 miles per hour today, and also in the early evening. But overnight tonight, the winds will calm down and looking rather quiet throughout the day on Tuesday, at least wind-wise. But overall, we will be watching for wind chills that will be falling overnight. How does 25 to possibly 30 below sound? That will be a possibility as we head towards Tuesday morning, so bundling up will be necessary as you do venture out. So overall for today, we have around 15 degrees above zero for the high, partly cloudy and breezy outside, with that west wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour. By tonight, 14 below for the overnight low temperature, partly cloudy. A few flurries cannot be ruled out, both in the Northwoods, and a little bit of snow in our southern counties, and that west wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, so the wind will make it feel colder as well. And then it's Tuesday. We have 7 degrees, partly cloudy, wind chills of 15 to 25 below cannot be ruled out, with that northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, that Northwoods Furniture and Mattress 7-day forecast. As we head towards your Wednesday, chances for snow do move in with highs in the mid-teens. Thursday, Thursday and a parts of Friday, a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Temperatures in the teens as well. Lower teens Thursday, upper teens for Valentine's Day. And then snow again coming up Saturday with a little bit of lake effect Sunday. Notice we have many areas many days seeing some below zero temperatures, with the exception of Friday night, only a low of 10 above.
Back in 1988, Jerry Shue, a Pickerel resident and the owner of Jerry Shue Sportsman's Bar, kicked off a winter polar plunge into the freezing waters of Pickerel Lake. Though Jerry has since passed, his 4 daughters continue to run the bar and keep the tradition alive. Terry Shabo, one of the sisters, shared the story of how it all began.
My dad, well, I probably called a couple drinks. And they were sitting here drinking and talking goofy, and they just decided that they wanted to do something to promote the area. So they got involved in jumping into the water because they figured that would attract a lot of people, which it did, and it has ever since. You know, every year it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
The inlet from Crane Lake to Pickerel Lake stays open year-round, giving people the chance to take a dip during the jump-in. Over the years, the event has evolved from a simple polar plunge into an open water snowmobile run, which has grown into a highlight of the day all on its own.
We promote the jumping into the water and then getting back out, and what they do afterwards is they'll do anything for fun. They go across that open water with couches, they go with lazy boy chairs, they've gone with lounge chairs, they've tried to get 6 people on one sled, they've done all kinds of crazy things, anything to get people to watch.
Dozens of riders risked an icy plunge as they hydroplaned over the water, lined with spectators cheering on the participants. A volunteer crew was close at hand, ready to pull machines out if needed. One rider explains the appeal.
Most exciting thing about the jumping is seeing people wreck their snowmobiles for no apparent reason at all. It's awesome. I mean, look at this. Can you beat it? You got beer, booze, and water skips. Can't beat it. Can't beat it.
Thousands of people came out for the jump-in this year. The impact of the event is felt throughout the area.
We get phone calls from people 30 miles away thanking us for having this because it brings people into their area. And a lot of times, that's what pulls them through the winter. And I love them when they come. They're repeat customers. And it's always, hi, how you doing? How you been? Haven't seen you in a year, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's nice to catch up.
If you're looking for a unique event in the North Woods, look no further than Jerry Shue's Jump-In in Pickerel, Wisconsin. Reporting from Pickerel, Carrie Bladorn, Newswatch 12.
And coming up, we have what's trending, including a look at why millions decided to call off the day after the nation's biggest single sporting event game. Plus, find out why a 6-part docuseries set to release may not be making its way to your screens. Those stories up next in What's Trending.
Go up there and hang it.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Sleep Central in Minocqua.
Love your career? Cost Cutters will support you in achieving your career goals. With competitive wages, great benefits, and up to a $2,250 sign-on bonus. Stop in or visit costcutters.com to find your nearest location.
Eagle River Roasters, your Northwoods coffee roaster and community coffee house, has the freshest specialty coffee and tea in the Northwoods. Our coffee comes from choice Arabica beans, hand-blended and roasted on-premise for the finest specialty drinks. Fresh bakery, breakfast, and lunch served daily, our comfortable coffee house is the perfect place for meeting friends or groups. The drive-thru is also open daily. Treat yourself with a great cup of coffee or take some beans to brew at home, fresh from Eagle River Roasters, your Northwoods coffee roaster and community coffee house.
For the professional, it's not enough to possess knowledge. We seek to refine it, to wield its power, to redefine its boundaries. Knowledge is put to the test in every GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR on 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $5,600 in average finance savings.
Visit your North Central Wisconsin GMC dealer.
Create some Valentine's Day magic with a sparkly gift from Wickersham Jewelry.
Spoil her with diamonds for any budget with sleek silver jewelry, including our classic diamond gift set, now available for $199. Or give a gift that gives back with our Star of Hope collection, benefiting the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And for a Valentine's Day she'll never forget, shop special pricing on select engagement rings only at Wickersham Jewelry.
At WJFW, our Newswatch 12 news team works around the clock to bring you the news that matters most of all to the North Woods. Our team is committed to the community and ensuring that you are as informed as possible. The Newswatch 12 team works hard to deliver the most important stories from around the globe, local and national sports updates, and weather reports. We are NBC Newswatch 12, news from where you live.
Are you ready for something new? At Cost Cutters, we'll give you a look that will have you listening to lots of compliments. Buy products you love this month at Cost Cutters during our buy one, get one half off sale on all Leader professional products.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Eagle Floor Covering on Twilight Lane, Eagle River.
Good morning and welcome back. Here we are again, Devin.
Yeah, the day after the Super Bowl, which I don't think either of us really watched much of because we had to be in bed to get ready to do our thing this morning.
You bet. I didn't catch any of the game. It was it was bedtime. I had to call her a day so I could be here bright and early with you.
Yeah, right. And I did catch some of the pregame activities and maybe the first part of the game, like the very first minutes of it before I'm like, gotta call it.
All right, but plenty of people are not going into work today because if they were planning to take Monday off because of the Super Bowl, well, they have a lot of company. Exactly. USA Today is reporting on a new Harris poll that found that more than 22.5 million people across the United States plan to miss work today. That's up 40% from a year ago.
Goodness.
But researchers also found that only 2% said that they plan to call in sick, while another 2% said they planned to ghost their employer and just not show up.
Oh, that's so wrong.
The poll estimates that nearly 13 million will take a pre-approved day off and 4.8 million will swap shifts with coworkers so that they don't have to work on today.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of years ago, I think. I actually got sick at around Super Bowl weekend, so I actually had to call off sick, which I reached out, obviously, to our weather team well ahead of time on, I think it was actually that Sunday. I'm like, guys, I'm not joking. I'm actually sick, so I need someone to cover me on Monday. So that time, I actually got to watch the whole Super Bowl because, well, you're sick, you're on the couch. What else are you going to do besides sleep? So,
there you go.
So that was kind of a funny coincidence, but yeah, no, usually I don't call off for the Super Bowl. Probably the only time I would is if the Bears made it, which hopefully that happens once in my lifetime.
Yeah, Devin, you can keep hoping Packers are going to make it there probably sooner than the Bears.
Yeah, well, Packer fans hope they make it and win it every year. At least
yes, we do.
I mean, give Packers some credit. They at least made the playoffs. And to me, I think that's definitely it's good when you can make the playoffs. Obviously, they want to win the Super Bowl, but there's only one team that can do that. So I'd say that at the bare minimum, make the playoffs, which they did, and I'd say that's good.
Yeah, making the playoffs is nice because then it at least gives us hope. There's always hope that you could be the Super Bowl champion, but when we keep losing in the first round, it's not very hopeful.
I mean, it's not. It's discouraging, but I mean, it could be like the Bears that have losing records, but at least the Bears beat the Packers to wrap up the season. Virginia McCaskey's final win before she passed away, and I know the Packers put out a statement that was very nice in regards to the Bears during that time. They actually did a moment of silence for McCaskey during the pregame activities.
Oh, well, there you go. Lots of things to be thinking about this season. But we have another story here, Devin.
For sure. Switching gears, Elon Musk says he has no plans to buy TikTok. That's not great news for TikTok lovers out there. Musk made those comments 2 weeks ago during a virtual meeting at the World Economic Summit, and we're just now hearing about this. The CEO of X, Tesla, and SpaceX said he had not put in a bid to buy the social media site and said even if he owned TikTok, he's not exactly sure he would not know what to do with it. Excuse me, the Chinese-owned app was set to be banned over national security concerns on January 20th, but President Trump gave the site's owners ByteDance 75 days to sell TikTok to an American buyer, or it may have to shut down. ByteDance has said it doesn't have plans to sell, though some investors have publicly stated they are interested. Oof, that is tough. Thankfully, I'm not a big TikTok user, and obviously whatever happens is I may have to prep my account for deletion, because my big question is, will it still be available in other countries? Because I just don't want my account just floating around if I have no access to it.
Yeah, it's probably going to still be available, I'd imagine, to other countries. But interesting, you know, ByteDance saying they're not interested in selling, even though they were given this extension of 75 days.
Yeah, 75 days, yeah.
So it's interesting that they're not taking advantage of this. Of course, they could just be saying that publicly, and, you know, tomorrow they might have an offer in that they like.
You never know.
You never know with these business dealings.
It is very interesting. It's always interesting. It's politics kind of rearing its ugly head, which that's another topic in of itself. But obviously, I know that a lot of people make money, whatever, off of TikTok, and it's going to be interesting.
Devin's just interested in getting on there to do his weather dances for his forecast.
If you found my TikTok, there'd be nothing on there, really, except maybe a profile picture of me, and that's really it. I don't use it other than to maybe surf around, and even then, that's rarely.
Well, there you go. But our third story of the trending, we got a 6-part documentary on Prince that has been shelved. We talked about this.
All that work for nothing.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier in the year, actually, because it was like a 10-hour or 12-hour production, very long. Netflix released a joint statement with the late singer-songwriter's estate, saying that it will no longer go forward with the project. There were reports that the estate was unhappy with the Netflix series, claiming that there were factual inaccuracies. The estate is now working on a different documentary, which will include exclusive content. Prince died in 2016 of an accidental overdose of fentanyl. He was 57 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, Devin, because we talked about it and how it was incredibly long, this series, this documentary.
Yeah.
And, you know, who's going to be watching, you know, all that? They're going to need some breaks in the middle of it.
Yeah, what you mentioned, it was like, what was it?
6-part docuseries.
So at least there's multiple episodes, which doesn't matter now because it's pretty much throw it in a fire pit at that point.
I know. Just think of, I just can't help but think, you know, it was all the way, it was wrapped up. The filming was done. Production was all wrapped up. They were showing it to the estate, and they were like, you know, they just, they're like not feeling it. They're like, there's a couple issues here. And instead of, you know, working with it, just scrap it, start over. That's just, I'm just thinking about all the production costs, the hours. It's a big thing to just scrap a 6-part docuseries.
Yeah, that's a lot of money lost too, to just, like you said, scrap it. So maybe, I mean, which prices went up? Was it Netflix prices that went up recently?
Oh goodness, I don't know. You could pretty much call about just about anything going up.
Yeah, well, if you know what, Netflix did go up recently, so I almost wonder, and I say this in a joking kind of way, but it could be true too. I wonder if that's why it went up a little bit.
I don't know if this is directly part of it, you know, a one production, but it's you know, sad to see as well, because, you know, a lot of Prince fans are probably excited to see it, because, you know, he, you know, being from Minnesota, you know, and kind of an influential figure in the music world, but you know, at least they're working on something else, and hopefully that'll be good too.
Yeah, patience will pay off. But before we toss it to break, we do have a 3-day forecast for you, showing a couple dry days and cool days on the way, and then some snow Wednesday. A little more coming up after the break.
At Doll Auto, we've had customers ask, why are your prices so low? The simple answer is, we price our pre-owned vehicles to sell. When you're shopping around, we want you asking, why are their prices so high? Doll Auto.
To the dentist.
To the dentist. To the dentist.
We're off to see the dentist, the most wonderful dentist of all. They are the whiz of all there is that has teeth involved. If ever a doc there was, these are them because of the painless care that causes a buzz. We're off to see the dentist, the most wonderful dentist of all.
Join us for free at the largest community expo event in the Northwoods, the Up North Community Expo, on Thursday, March 6th from 12 to 5 at the Hodag Dome in Rhinelander. Businesses and nonprofits from 7 counties will be there to meet you, show you what they do, and provide employment information. Free raffles, fair bingo, and even a booth with kids' activities, all at the Up North Community Expo, Thursday, March 6th from 12 to 5 at the Rhinelander Hodag Dome.
Bam! My accident? My accident happened in a second.
My settlement? That's taking a really long time.
If you've been injured in an accident and need money now while your case settles, call Oasis today. We'll work with your attorney, and if you're approved, get you $500 to $100,000 in as little as 24 hours. If you lose your case, you don't have to pay Oasis back, ever. Applying for Oasis Express Cash is easy and takes 3 minutes. Call Oasis now or go online to apply.
At Doll Auto, our #1 goal is to make every customer feel special. We're a family business that's been around since 1911, and we always do what's right for you. When you leave, we want you to feel confident in your decision. That's why people keep coming back to Doll Auto.
Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Whoa! Did you see that? It's a Rox rental sled, renting sleds for our local trails and for venturing up into the UP. Don't have the gear? We have that too. Remember, we're so nice, you'll run twice.
Your home, where life happens. Family and friends gather. Memories are created. Locally family-owned business serving Rhinelander, Eagle River, and surrounding areas. Come into one of our stores located in Eagle River or Rhinelander and work closely with one of our creative kitchen designers on creating your dream kitchen.
Eagle River Cabinets, building relationships, one cabinet at a time.
Who doesn't love fudge? Enter the Birthday Club contest at WJFW.com for your chance to win a free pound of fudge from the country store of Eagle River. Watch Newswatch 12 today, Monday through Friday, to see the lucky winner of the day.
Hey, how we looking? I don't know, man. I think it's still frozen.
Can't wait to get on the water? Then get to the biggest and best boat show. Only at America Marina Motorsports in Shawano. We have more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else. We will beat any competing price by $500 and get up to $1,000 in gift cards on select purchases. Don't be left out in the cold all year. Get your new boat at the upcoming America Marine Boat Show.
Don't miss the Northwoods Blizzard Blast at the Conover Community Park Saturday, February 15th. It's a flurry of winter fun for everyone. Sleigh rides, recliner races, kids carnival, ice bowling, giant ski races, and more. The Northwoods Blizzard Blast, February 15th.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text TB to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
This is the highlight of my day, but my hip pain made it a struggle. My personalized arch support system got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
Live from Rhinelander, this is Newswatch 12 today. The Northwoods' best news. News from where you live starts now.
Good morning and welcome to Newswatch 12 today. I'm Michael Lotholtz and happy Monday morning for folks just tuning in. We have Devin Biggs joining us now on the weather deck. Devin, it is starting to look like a real winter wonderland out there today.
Not only starting to look like it, but feel like it too. A little bit of a breeze this morning. Temperature is not very warm either, so you can feel it outside as soon as you walk out the door. But Bud Zero and I enjoying things this morning as we do venture out. You might be able to see it on the camera. A little bit more sunlight, a little bit more daylight. We're adding a little bit bit of daylight each and every day now, and now it's starting to become a little bit more noticeable. But otherwise, let's check things out over in Eagle River this morning, and you can see they're working on the Derby track. I think there's another event coming up this upcoming weekend. Otherwise, many getting ready to start off the week, especially at the school district. Otherwise, we had clouds recently. I can see a little bit off in the distance, but otherwise, we've cleared out, and that's allowed temperatures to fall overnight, especially sharply once we got the clouds out of here. Now, temperatures, we have a goose egg in Rhinelander this morning, 1 below in the Merrill area, 2 below Mosinee, 6 degrees in Wausau. Overall, definitely a cold morning in our viewing area. Factor on the wind, and we have one in Rhinelander. Feels like 13 below in Rhinelander, 10 below in Antigo, 17 below Mosinee, 12 below Marshfield. That's what it feels like to your bare skin with the wind combined this morning. And that's all thanks to this wind, which is at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So it doesn't take much to add a bite to the air. Bus stop forecast for today, mostly clear as the kids leave for school. Temperatures at around 5 degrees. But as the kids come home, all right, middle teens, not bad. Under a partly cloudy sky, a little breezy outside as well. Michael?
Thank you, Devin. And an organization that operates an electronic recycling program in Wausau has received a $100,000 donation from the BNA Esther Greenheck Foundation. The money will be used towards the Good News Project's capital campaign to make structural changes to its building. Financial donations for the capital campaign will be used with the goal of creating a safer, more efficient facility. And the Merrill Fire Department is installing finishing touches on its new portable radios. The radios were purchased from a large donation from the Bierman Family Foundation. The fire department spent over $600,000 purchasing the new portable radios, and members of the fire department helped to install the new radios. Each member of the department will receive training, and then the new portable devices will be put into service. And one man was injured in a shooting east of Merrill on Friday. First responders arrived at the scene near County Highway X and County Highway C in the town of Schley. The man was treated on a scene for a gunshot wound to his shoulder and transported to the Aspirus Hospital in Wausau. Everyone involved in the incident have been identified, and there is no threat to the public. The investigation is currently ongoing. And the Century Foundation donated $500,000 to a project bringing pickleball courts to Plover. The Village of Plover announced plans to build a new state-of-the-art pickleball facility in Plover at Lake Pekawa Park. There will be 12 wheelchair-accessible courts totaling 35,000 square feet, and there will also be a gathering pavilion and seating area. The Pickleball Association has raised $700,000 for its share of the project. And the American Pond Hockey Invitational, being held in Minocqua this past weekend, has 32 teams with roughly 250 players in it. Those included some from countries outside of the U.S. Newswatch 12's Austin Carisu caught up with a player who traveled all the way from the United Kingdom to partake in this event.
We just really want to come and absorb as much of the experience as we really can.
In its 3 years of happening, the American Pond Hockey Invitational had its first international teams this year. Jimmy Drinkenall is from the United Kingdom and said the opportunity to play on an outdoor rink is rare for him and his team.
It's a bucket list opportunity. We don't get cold weather, so we never get to play outside. So for us to be able to come up here, catch an NHL game, travel across country and play pond hockey is just amazing for us.
Jimmy and his team have traveled outside of the United Kingdom in the past for games, and this isn't their first time in the States to watch or play.
We've played in Czech Republic before, we've played in France, we've traveled to Germany to watch games, we've traveled to USA to watch games, so yeah, we get about. Yeah.
Jimmy and his team will be in the States for roughly a week with many different events that they are checking off their bucket list.
Came in on Thursday to watch the Wild game, drove across country to play in this tournament. We're going to stay here until Sunday, watch the Super Bowl, and then drive back to Minnesota and fly home on Thursday next week. So we're going to take in as much as what we can.
Reporting in Minocqua, Austin Carisu, Newswatch 12.
And coming up next, the Super Bowl is over, but now we get to focus on next season and speculating who may be on the field next year come this time during today's On Our Mind.
Starting to get some more daylight outside now, getting things rolling over in Eagle River this morning. That full forecast is coming up next.
Imagine the surprise on everyone's face when you tell them you're serving cake for dinner. Stick around. It'll all make sense.
Sue right, Jake middle, me on the left.
Yeah, I knew I'd win.
Are you saying
What's
something?
really happening over there?
I think you're on mute.
There's no substitute for real gaming fun. Go where fun lives. Old Chun Gaming Wittenberg.
There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Join us at the NARI Spring Home Improvement Show, February 14th through the 16th at State Fair Park. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a complimentary DesignWorks consultation and Pella Care inspection. Rest easy with Pella's 10-year limited warranty with windows as low as $22 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Save big during Menards Race to Savings Sale. An 8-pack of 100-watt equivalent LED light bulbs is just $3.99. 76-count Tide laundry pods only $16.99. Dots Homestyle pretzels are just $4.99. Plus, buy a 10-pack of Bird suet cakes for just $8.99 and get a suet cake feeder free. These great deals won't last long, so save today. Plus, sign up for Menards emails to get more big savings right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
Why take the hit on this 2024 GMC when you can save $7 grand on this used 2023? If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Come out to Len's Truck today. We have hundreds of high-quality used trucks, all priced to move. Go now to lenstruck.com. That's lenstruck.com.
Len's Truck. Len's Truck. We got the trucks at Len's Truck.
Alrighty, welcome back. We made it to Monday morning right after the Super Bowl. I'm sure some of you are rather tired this morning. We're starting to add some daylight now, and they're working on the Derby track over in Eagle River this morning. I think they have another event this weekend. Otherwise, they were clearing the walkways over at the school district this morning as another week is upon us. So for now, we had some clouds overnight. Those have since cleared out in most spots. So wherever the clouds have cleared out, temperatures have fallen rather quickly this morning. So we also have some energy in South Dakota that will be tracking to the east throughout the daytime period today and giving us a small opportunity in our southern counties for a little bit of snow. So in the meantime, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky today. More clouds arrive late this afternoon to the evening time frame. And in our southern counties, doesn't look impressive. A little bit of snow and maybe a tiny bit across the Northwoods as well. Most of that will stay in parts of the UP. Will then be partly cloudy throughout the day Tuesday with more clouds on the way Tuesday night and the parts of Wednesday morning. Notice some snow staying to the south there. But otherwise, here's what we got. This might be on the higher end of things, only a ½ inch or less across some of our southern counties, and that's about it, and hardly anything across parts of our viewing area. You want to see any higher totals, you had to look toward parts of the UP and near Lake Superior, where some areas could see 1 to 3 inches of snow, maybe up to 4 inches between now and as we head towards early Wednesday morning. But we do have waves of cold air that will be on the way throughout the week in general, so we'll feel cold for a bit. A quick warm up coming up for your Friday, and then we cool off again just in time for the weekend. So here's what that looks like right now. So it's cold outside this morning, but nothing we're not used to. 0 degrees in Rhinelander and in Tomahawk, 6 degrees in Wausau, 2 below in Mosinee, of course 2 above over in the Wisconsin Rapids area. Factor in the wind, we have a little bit of that this morning, and it feels like 13 below in Rhinelander and in Antigo, and it feels like 17 below in Mosinee, and it feels like 12 below in the Marshfield area, with the temperatures and the wind combined. And we have a little bit of a wind this morning at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, so it doesn't take much for it to feel sharply colder. Just standing outside a little while ago, you can definitely feel it this morning. Otherwise, some gusty winds getting close to 20 to maybe 25 miles per hour today and for a little while this evening, but overnight the winds will be backing off and no wind to really worry about as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. So wind chills, we get to talk about that. those could reach 25 to 30 below overnight tonight, especially as we head towards Tuesday morning. So bundling up will be a good idea as you do venture out for your Tuesday morning. So for today, we have 15 degrees, partly cloudy and breezy outside, and that west wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour at times. Later on tonight, 14 below. We'll feel that. Partly cloudy, a few flurries, a little bit of a wind out of the west at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, and that will make it feel colder. And then it's Tuesday, 7 degrees, partly cloudy, wind chills of 15 to 25 below at times with that northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Northwoods Furniture and Mattress, 7-day forecast. There is that chance for snow as we head towards your Wednesday with highs in the mid-teens. We're dry Thursday, and again for Valentine's Day, temperatures in the teens. More snow opportunities Saturday and a little bit of lake effect Sunday. Many nights below zero throughout the week.
And the Super Bowl is over and done with, but that doesn't mean that we can't start thinking about next season. So for today's On Our Mind, we're asking what Super Bowl, what teams do we want to see in the matchup for next year's Super Bowl?
Well, and I'm going to be dreaming when I say this. It would be nice to see the Chicago Bears in a Super Bowl. Hopefully, because the last time was in the 2000s, so we're like 20 years overdue for, the Bears to at least make a Super Bowl again. But, it's wishful thinking. They've had a few playoff appearances, but I don't know. Hopefully sometime in my lifetime we'll see a Super Bowl win again since, 1985, 86, somewhere around in there. I can't even remember the exact year, but somewhere around in there.
Yeah, no, for me, it's definitely not the Bears in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because you're a Packers fan.
It's going to be the Packers against the Bills. I think that would be a really fun game to see. Because, you want the Packers to win, but also, it's the Bills. It's Josh Allen. It seems like a very humble ragtag team. Or I could go for either the Packers against the Cincinnati Bengals as well, with Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon. I feel like those two matchups would be really good as well.
Those would be entertaining.
Exactly, they'd be very entertaining. I'd be glued to the TV. I might actually stay up for the game, and sacrifice the sleep before the show. I'd probably, if the Packers win the Super Bowl, I'd probably take off of work the next day. Let's be honest.
That would not surprise me, and probably would be likewise if the Bears made it too. I think a lot of people would be paying attention because, the Bears have been rather not great within the last few years too, and who knows, maybe between a lot of staffing changes and the unfortunate passing of Virginia McCaskey, maybe who knows, maybe that might spark the Bears in the course of time. I think it takes a bit to build a system.
Devin is trying anything he can to, have the Bears come back here.
Someday, I think
he's grasping. He's hoping for any sign.
Yeah, any kind of sign here. And I do have respect for the Packers as an organization. I think Lambeau Field's a really cool place. I got to have lunch there a few months ago too, and it wasn't even a game day. That was the part that was really cool, and definitely a good respect for the team too. It's a well-run team.
It is, but that's what we're thinking for next year's Super Bowl. Oh, what's the team you want opposing the Bears? It takes two to tango, Devin.
You know what? And probably one of the teams you said, I wouldn't mind seeing the Bills, too.
They're good
Bills or Bengals. Both of those teams are definitely very fun to watch, too. I know Bengals had a rough start this season, but I think they definitely made it they got things rolling for a bit.
Agreed.
But I definitely want to see Buffalo. They've had a tough go with some upsets.
Well, we'll move right along this morning because, of course, it's Monday. So that means that it's time for today's Mugshot Monday winner. A special congratulations to Bob Bauer of Conover.
You win a mug, a bag of coffee, and a 20% off coupon courtesy of Eagle River Roasters. The information to enter into the Mugshot Monday contest is right there on your screen. I was busy thinking about my mug I have right here from Eagle River Roasters.
Yes, he was. But coming up this morning, enjoy this week's Angler's Delight with another catch of big old fish.
Good to have that segment running again. But first, Howard is in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with a recipe for baked spaghetti cake. Interesting.
Mr. Food Test Kitchen is brought to you by Golden Carrot Jewelers.
Over the years, we've made spaghetti every which way. We've served it topped with meatballs and sauce, tossed it with pesto, and even shaped it into a pie filled with ricotta cheese. Well, today, we're going all out with something new. A baked spaghetti cake that's brimming with crumbled sausage, Italian cheeses, and of course, spaghetti. Just watch how easy it is. We start by adding some ricotta and Parmesan cheese to a few beaten eggs, along with garlic powder, black pepper, and some spaghetti sauce. After that's mixed, we add some crumbled Italian sausage that we cooked with chopped green peppers and onions. Now, our spaghetti gets tossed in, and the whole thing goes into a springform pan before getting baked off. Right before it's done, we spoon more sauce over the top and sprinkle it with some shredded mozzarella, and back into the oven it goes until the cheese is melty. There you have it, a massive-looking cake that'll satisfy any pasta lover. Maybe top each slice with a bit more sauce and let the feast begin. To get the recipe for what we call baked spaghetti cake, simply visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a spaghetti-licious way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
I'm Tammy Harn. Wausau Harn's Furniture is the largest two-sided Restonic dealer in the entire state of Wisconsin, stocking over 100 two-sided mattresses daily. So for all your two-sided mattress needs, remember Harn's Furniture, Wausau.
I love that my daughter still needs me, but sometimes I can't help due to burning and stabbing pain in my hands. So I use Nervive.
Nervive's clinical dose of ALA reduces nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days.
Now I can help again. Feel the difference with Nervive.
Whether you're a first-time do-it-yourselfer or your third generation, Rock Auto has all the parts your car will ever need.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Do you know a local teen whose character is unmatched? A teen who understands that leadership is not a license to do less, but a responsibility to do more. I'm Newswatch 12's Jeff Weller. I'll be hosting this year's YMCA the Northwoods Teen Character Awards on April 6th. Please tell us about teens who demonstrate the Y's core values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility. We know they're out there. It feels good to help people, so feel good and nominate a teen today.
Serving in Afghanistan, I was hit by sniper fire, and I was given a 5% chance to live. It's a good thing math wasn't my best subject. Today, I visit classrooms and share my story. I tell kids that with a little help and a lot of work, that you can overcome any challenge.
DAV helps veterans like Adam get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year.
My victory is being there for the next generation.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
I'm Tammy Harn, owner of Wausau Harn's Furniture. When you buy a one-sided mattress, aren't you really buying half of a mattress? If you want a flippable two-sided mattress made by Restonic, shop local at Wausau Harn's Furniture, located 1/2 mile from Fleet Farm in Wausau.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Dahl Automotive in Rhinelander.
Newswatch 12's Big Old Fish is brought to you by Kurt's Island Sport Shop in Minocqua. Two Floridians were out ice fishing on a trip north. They'd been at it for hours and didn't catch a thing. I don't know what we're doing wrong, one man said. Just then a local passed by in a snowmobile with a bucket of fish. The other man said, that's why we're not catching anything. We're not trolling. Starting the year off, we have 5-year-old Nina, who caught this northern with her dad on a lake in Price County on New Year's Day. Though it may not be the biggest big old fish, Nina definitely had fun pulling it through the ice. Up next is Sawyer, who was fishing on the Oneida County Lake in January and pulled in this northern pike out of the water. Great job of catching that big old northern, Sawyer. Last up is 8-year-old Seth, who caught this big old 31-inch northern with a minnow on Big Nut Lake. Way to go bringing in that big old fish, Seth. Anglers, for your chance to win a fish mount from Norling Taxidermy Studio in Rhinelander. Enter the Big Old Fish contest at WJFW.com or send us your photo and description of your catch. Brought to you by Kurt's Island Sport Shop in Minocqua. Happy castings!
Alrighty, true or false? Rhinelanders saw at least 10 inches of snow for the month of January of 2025. True or false? The answer when we come back.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Northwoods Furniture, Eagle River.
Come see the fresh changes Woodland Creek Furniture has made to its showrooms.
There's an ever-changing selection of unique furniture, much of which is made at Woodland Creek's own facility right here in northern Michigan. Did you know we build custom dining tables, vanities, beds, consoles, and more? New nature-inspired accessories are arriving daily, from lighting and lamps to wall art and rugs. You are bound to find that special accent for your home or office. See hundreds of exclusive designs available only at Woodland Creek in Minocqua.
Struggling with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis? Talk to your doctor about #1 prescribed Entyvio, offering 2 maintenance options, including the Entyvio pen. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Entyvio, relief, remission for real.
Entyvio, Entyvio, Entyvio.
This is Tony, and this is Tony's Good Feet story.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job. Before my arch supports, I felt defeated, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I'm more positive.
Clinically proven, significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out. I would recommend it to anyone.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
Hey, how we looking? I don't know, man. I think it's still frozen.
Can't wait to get on the water? Then get to the biggest and best boat show. Only at America Marina Motorsports in Shawano. We have more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else. We will beat any competing price by $500 and get up to $1,000 in gift cards on select purchases. Don't be left out in the cold all year. Get your new boat at the upcoming America Marine Boat Show.
Counterfeit prescription pills laced with fentanyl are killing our kids by the thousands across the nation. The pills look safe. Can you tell which one is real? Drug dealers are pushing these deadly pills on your kids' social media. It only takes one pill to kill. And it did. You can help stop the fentanyl epidemic. Talk to your kids about the dangers of counterfeit prescription pills. Visit onepillkilled.org.
At Eagle Floor Covering in Eagle River, we have a knowledgeable staff, competitive pricing, and free estimates. Browse our selection of carpet, vinyl, wood, and tile for your next flooring project.
Special birthday shout out to our country store winner this morning, Rebecca Dean of Wausau. Happy birthday and congratulations. You win a pound of chocolate, chocolate walnut, chocolate peanut butter, or maple walnut fudge from the country store in Eagle River.
Sounds tasty. Let's get into trivia. True or false? Rhinelanders saw at least 10 inches of snow for the month of January. And we got a couple guesses. Some people think true.
I'm thinking true as well, Devin.
Well, I hate to break the news to you. It's actually false, believe it or not, but not by much. Only 9.4 inches of snow only in January. And thankfully, we are making up for lost time now. And again, things rolling with a little bit more snow, and they're still busy over at the Derby track in Eagle River this morning, while in other spots, like Tomahawk and Rhineland, are seeing a beautiful sunrise this morning. But meanwhile, radar on Sally showing some clouds in parts of Vilas County and in the UP. The rest of us not looking too bad there. A little bit of snow on the way tonight across our southern counties. This might be a bit aggressive, but either way, a little bit of snow, not a whole lot really. A little bit more across parts of the UP. But your next 7 days, the other headline is the cold on the way. We got temperatures well below zero again throughout the week, with the exception of Friday night. So just be ready for that. A few opportunities for a little bit of snow, but otherwise, the snow we got recently, it's here to stay. And I know a lot of people happy about that. And the lakes will be fine too, as they'll be able to maintain the ice and maybe build a little bit of ice too.
Yeah, Devin, it is really looking pretty around here. It's looking like winter. I know the snowmobiles are happy. The fishermen are probably happy. It's looking like, and the ski hills, of course, as well.
Oh, for sure. We might see more trails opening this week, I bet you, with the recent snow we got too. So I'm sure watching snowmobile clubs for that.
It'd be nice, because I remember back in the day, I used to snowmobile in Tomahawk to school when I was a kid. Because it's you know, it's the way to get around in the winter. But thanks for tuning in this morning. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great Monday.
The Northwoods Blizzard Blast. It's a flurry of winter fun for everyone.
Good Monday morning, Philadelphia on top of the football world after a huge Super Bowl win.
Go Birds. It's February 10th. This is today. Philly flies.
Complete A.J. Brown. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
The Eagles crush the Chiefs.
Hurts going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
And win Super Bowl 59 and the coveted Lombardi Trophy. We've got all the highlights and one of the team's biggest stars up early or late in New Orleans to celebrate with us. Winter wallop. More storms on the way for tens of millions after a weekend of snow and ice. Al's full forecast to plan your week straight ahead. Doubling down.